Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Last Epoch. Senior developer, co-founder of VHG Mike held his normal Friday Q&A live stream on Twitch, which means I get to bring you Dev Chat 190. And Mike did have some pretty nice Season 4 teasers. Righteous Fire is back on the menu. Now what we're going to be starting off with is a question was asked, hey Mike, we know you're not going to give us a bunch of info on Season 4, but if you had to describe the new Season 4 that's coming later in the year, what one word would you use? Listen to this.
One word. Describe it. Flow. Vaguely descriptive, I think. I don't know. You can check me on that when it comes out.
Season 4 of Last Epoch. Flow. This drives me crazy.
At present, all previous season stashes are still visible in the Legacy Stash tab. Yes, even after they've been emptied. Are there plans to remove them once they've been emptied? Ooh, not that I know of, but I think that's a good idea. If you could, please head on over to our suggestions channel in our Discord and put it in there, so someone gets a look at that. Because we are working on updates to the stash system in general, like the layout and the visuals and like what you have access to, what buttons are there, what functionality is there. We are working on that right now. Okay, let's go this fight.
Updates to stash inbound around visuals, functionality, and buttons. And just recently we were playing Ellie and I was like, I'm gonna clean my legacy stash. So I had to go through Season 1, then you have to go through this Season 1 event, then Season 2, soon to be Season 3. And it's actually a ton of work. And as you're clearing all this inventory and throwing stuff on the ground, selling it, organizing it, even when you empty a stash tab from a previous season, it does not go away. It still sits there, and it is pretty annoying. Moving on to teaser number 1, and I can tell you my build, Righteous Fire Rune Master, is about to be very excited. Check this out.
Here's some penance for the like 40 deaths I've had. Little fresh tooltip there.
All right, I'm going to pause right here, and I'm actually going to throw the existing tooltip on the screen. Sorry, Mike. I'm going to cover your face for a second. Now, what is the big difference between current Fire Aura in the game and the new Fire Aura coming for Season 4? Well, right off the bat, they are putting in an intelligence scaling for base spell damage. So if you have 150 int, it's going to give you 150 base spell. But that's not all. Currently, the effectiveness is 70%. They are also doubling the effectiveness. So it still might be crap, but you're talking about, you know, probably an additional 100 to 150 base spell and then doubling the effectiveness of your Fire Aura. Could be pretty damn good. Outrageous.
What is something that's outrageous that you'd love to see added to the game that actually has a chance of being added? Outrageous. Outrageous. That's a wild word for this. I have no idea. Outrageous.
Give him a second.
I think could actually happen. So something that I know is technically possible, but I know is not coming next season, and I have no idea if it'll ever happen, I think is outrageous. So it could possibly happen, but I don't want to get anyone's hopes up about it because there's no plans of doing it.
When Mike says it might possibly happen, that means it at least has been talked about, discussed, and it's in the maybe column.
Is items that give abilities, items that give specializable abilities. I think that's outrageous. It is technically possible.
What? Come again?
So like a bow that grants puncture, you know, that sort of thing.
It appears we're getting this pretty soon.
All right. Hey Mike, Affix Exchange when? Didn't we add this? Some are hard to find, and there's just so many that we don't use. I could have sworn that I saw this in a. I mean, I guess I never used it in game. I guess we didn't add it. I could have sworn there was a playtest that we did like months ago that had this in it. Maybe it got pulled for some reason. I don't know. Hopefully soon. Hello.
I count that as next season. Moving on to teaser number 2, and Mike's not going to do any talking for this one. Now, this node already exists inside of the game, and I'll put it up on the screen again right now. And basically how it works in its existing form is this is a passive node for Spellblade that every 2 int gives you base damage. And like I showed you on teaser 1, which is actually down over here, you're now going to get 1 base spell damage for Fire Aura just built into Fire Aura. So they are repurposing this threshold node on Spellblade, where now overcapped fire res is going to give you multiplicative damage. So again, you're going to have way more base damage for your Fire Aura. You already have Fire Shred on the passive tree, and now you're going to have, you know, a lot of times on these nodes, you can get 800, 1,000, 1,200 fire res, which in turn would give you 1,000% multiplicative damage as well. Absolutely game-changing for Fire Aura. Now, inside my community, we kind of have a little bit of an inside joke about Last Epoch and their roadmaps. And we're supposed to be getting a new roadmap because the other roadmaps are old. And they said, roadmap coming soon. Then they said, roadmap coming very soon. And then they said, roadmap's done. We're just crossing the T's and dotting the I's. And literally 3 Fridays have gone by, and there's still no roadmap. In my Discord, we wake up every morning. Maybe today is the day we get our new roadmap. No, nothing yet. And then Mike said this, and we were all laughing.
Well, back there was a roadmap for sigils for Cycle 1.4. That is true. That was on an old roadmap. That roadmap is very, very outdated. And you should not look at that roadmap for any information about stuff coming to the game at all. It has been superseded by a new roadmap, which is also outdated as well now. That will be superseded by a new roadmap coming out, I thought last week, and was very wrong. So yeah, it is, I would not look at that roadmap for specifics of any evidence of things that are coming out. I'm not saying that we're not doing sigils, but just don't look at that roadmap, because it's going to have a lot of extra information on it that is super out of date. That was our plan at the start of 1.1. And our plans have changed a lot. There's still a lot of things on it that we're going to do. But you may have noticed that we did the only things we did in the order that we said on that roadmap was 1.1. Everything else changed orders.
All right, everybody, unfortunately, I've come to the final question for Dev Chat 190. Mike, as always, thank you for your Friday live streams. The community truly appreciates it. And the fact that you are playing Golemmancer just makes me so happy. As always, please like, share, and subscribe if you think I have earned it. Don't forget to check out my new website, actionrpg.com. We just finished the optimization phase, and we got some other cool stuff coming down the pipe. Build guides, leveling guides, tips and tricks, event calendar, news, PoE2, D4, and LE all up and running, and we got a couple other games working in the background. Don't forget to join the Discord. We have an active giveaway right now for an Action RPG hat. Just for being a member of the community, we do merch giveaways, game giveaways, movie nights, game nights, all the subathon shenanigans. Over 5,000 members in my Discord. Awesome place to hang out if you love all things Action RPG. Now I'm going to allow Mike to take out this video talking about getting away from PoE2 releases. Mike, take it away.
Will you ever consider delaying or pushing a season cycle to not clash with PoE2? We consider that every time. Yeah. That's so coming up with a release date for a season. You know, there's a lot of things that go into that. Time estimations for how long it'll take to complete the content. The amount of content that is there something extra that we can add in if we add an extra week, if we add an extra 2 weeks, is there something extra that we can get in? Does the timeline conflict with other releases? this one's something like, yeah, PoE and Diablo are kind of the only ones that we'd probably move a release for. We've done it before. Yeah, you know, there's not really much else. I guess what else? Even just like timing of like studio availability. Like, do we know people are like going on leave at a certain time? Like, sometimes there's large chunks of leave that are heavily telegraphed and can't be moved for biological reasons. You know, sometimes that can affect something like this on certain people, and not on me. I wouldn't affect a launch like that. But yeah, there's lots of reasons we would move a launch, or when we're deciding on a launch date, not moving it necessarily. Moving it's a lot harder, but initially deciding on it, these things would play a bigger role in it for sure. You know, the most important thing probably is the expectation of the players on timing. So like, people are expecting a certain cadence from us, and keeping to that cadence is really important. But yeah, there's so many things that tie into it that can affect it one way or the other.